Industrial athlete? Listen, let me explain. My name is Gabriel, or you may know me as Gavaro. I'm a UPS driver and we are considered to be industrial athletes.
As an industrial athlete, we have a very physical and demanding job. We drive and deliver in every condition. Snow, extreme heat, rain, storm. We handle packages up to 150 pounds and we get the job done. But we get it done by adjusting to changing conditions, by improving our strength, mobility, endurance, so we can finish our day, our week, and start all over again. I don't just show up to work. I wake up every morning to train for performance. People who've watched me train and perform often ask me, how do you train the way you do and handle long, intense hours at UPS? To answer this, I created a list of steps that I use to finish my week strong, and you can use it too. But make sure you stick to the end, because the last step is what glues everything together. So let's go.
Step 1. Train with purpose, not ego. You know, when you train with ego, you're already losing, because the moment you start chasing validation instead of progress, it's not really training anymore. It's just putting on a show. I've been there. You lower the bar just to prove something to yourself, to others. And yeah, it feels good for a second, but it doesn't last. That's how people burn out. That's how they end up with bad form, injuries, or no real purpose behind what they're doing. The truth is, if you're lifting just to show off, you're not really growing. You're not an athlete if everything you do depends on who's watching. An athlete trains for a mission, to move better, to be stronger, to handle whatever life throws at them. That's what I focus on now. So ask yourself, are you training to impress people? Or are you training to become unstoppable at what you do? Because only one of those builds something real. Step 2. Plan your energy. I stopped thinking about the gym and my job as two different lives. For me, it's all one system. What I do in the gym directly affects how I perform on the road, and how I handle those long hours affects how I train the next morning. It all connects. If I've got a heavy gym day, I plan for it. Maybe I pace myself a little more during my route, or I hit certain sections first while my energy is still high. And if I wake up sore or drained, I don't force it, I adjust. That's not weakness, that's awareness. The gym isn't just about lifting, it's training for the job. UPS, it's game day. So when I'm pushing through those long shifts, I'm not just surviving, I'm applying what I train for. The strength, the control, the mindset, it all kicks in when I need it most. Energy's like money, you've only got so much to spend. So I budget it. I spread it out throughout the day, making sure I still have some left when I get home for my family or just for myself. Think about your own day. What drains you physically, mentally, or even nutritionally? Make small tweaks. Add proper warm-up. Take a lighter set. Plan a better meal. If you wouldn't blow your paycheck in one shot, don't blow your energy in the same way. Be intentional. Control your output. That's how you keep going strong without running empty. Step 3. Recovery. You can't push at full speed every day and expect your body to keep up. At some point, it catches up to you. The soreness, the fatigue, the lack of focus. That's why I see recovery as part of the process, not something extra. A lot of people think taking a rest day means they're slacking, but that's not it. Rest is where you reset. It's what allows you to come back stronger. If I skip recovery, everything starts to feel heavier. The weights, the workload, even my mood. So now I take it seriously. I eat clean, I stay hydrated, and I make sure I sleep enough to actually recover. I stretch often to keep my mobility up and to manage my energy better throughout the day. And it's not just about my physical side. I recover mentally too. Time with my family, doing things I enjoy, those moments matter just as much as the workouts. Once you start treating recovery like it belongs to your routine, not outside of it, everything changes. You don't slow down. You last longer. Step 4. Mindset. What glues everything together. Everything starts and ends with mindset. You can have the best workout program, the cleanest diet, the perfect routine, but if your mind isn't steady, none of it lasts. There are days I wake up tired, sore, and not in the mood. I still have those battles, but I remind myself I've got a mission. I don't need to feel motivated. I just need to follow through. Discipline isn't about hype. It's about keeping your word when it's easier to quit. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you build trust. Every time you skip it, the trust cracks a little. Do it enough, and your confidence starts to fade. That's when stress takes over. You start doubting yourself, cutting corners, letting small excuses pile up. And before you know it, you're not leading your day anymore. You're reacting to it. That's the real cost of a weak mindset. You lose control. You stop showing up for yourself. And once you start letting stress win, it spreads into your work, your workout, your attitude, even how you treat people. That's why I treat my mindset like a muscle. It needs reps every day, not just when things feels easy. You build it through resistance. When you're tired, frustrated, or under pressure, that's where growth happens. It's not about being perfect, it's about being consistent. The strongest people I know aren't the ones who never get tired. They're the ones who keep showing up even when they are. So before anything else, get your mind right. Because when your mindset is solid, everything else falls into place.
And there you have it. My simple steps that I use to finish my week strong. If you're trying to train, work long hours, and stay sharp, don't do more. Do what matters. Train smart, feel right, and recover like it's part of your job. It all comes back to mindset. That's what keeps everything else in place. So own your week from Monday to Friday and beyond. If you want to see how I apply this every day, follow my weekly vlogs. If this connected with you, share it, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss what's next. See ya.